Danny, I love that picture with you and your dog.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was muted. I said she's right here. Do you want to say hi to her?
Yeah.
Hey, dog.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Jenny, what's her name?
Her name's Guya.
Oh,
She's like, ooh, we're graduating.
She looks pretty calm.
Yeah, she's pretty calm until she sees the male person. Then she goes crazy.
I see.
does anyone else have their pets with them today? It's always the best on Zoom.
It is.
I have
Yeah,
a cat, but she's just chilling up there.
yeah, mine's sleeping. I'm sure he'll get up.
Our dog.
Dr. Rada, do you have a cat?
Marcy has her duck, her graduating duck.
Oh, cool. Amanda's showing her cat. The kitty.
Oh, my cat.
Mine's sleeping under the floor. Maybe I can.
Oh, Lauren's showing her dog. I see it. Very cute.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Packard has his dog. Look at those ears.
You know, I really think that all of our furry animals should get an honorary MSW degree.
They were with you doing RCD activity all along. I agree.
Totally. They were doing CBT on me throughout the program, helping me.
At least they should get certificates in like therapeutic petting, something.
I think GSWA should have another ceremony for the pets. They should have
pets. I love that idea. Okay, so I think there's still some people coming on, so I'm going to give it another minute. Apologize in advance for any technical difficulties that happened today.
Thanks for hosting, Julia.
Of course, this was not just me. This is Tamara, Ashley, Sarah, everybody, GSWA team participated in this.
Thank you, everyone.
I love that Julia's pic. I love that Julia's picture says Tiffany.
So we couldn't.
Trying to fool us at the last minute, aren't you?
Couldn't figure out how to make mine last long enough or have enough people, so we're using Tiffany's account.
I think I better go in and change up IPT right now. Change everything.
Change me over. Okay, I'll give everybody one more minute.
In alignment with how we're rolling on these things, we just finished a PowerPoint real quick.
Just throwing it together.
It's been a ride. I'm gonna run and grab something real quick. I'll be right back.
Hey, look. Oh, I was gonna say, Lauren, your name changes every day.
Yeah, it's my sister's laptop today. I just figured out how to change your name though. You do 3 dots and you can rename yourself.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, where's the cord? Hey Terry, where's that little black cord?
Always learning from you, Lauren. I know how to do it that's a shortcut way. I only knew how to do the long way.
Yeah, I just had to make sure I didn't permanently change it because it's her Zoom account and she has work meetings on here.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
Oh, there, I found it. Never mind.
People make funny names sometimes.
Such as Monica's, now known as The Awesome.
Right.
I kind of want to change mine now. Think of like a funny nickname.
What's your middle name, Paul?
Conrad with a K.
Oh, wow. Would never have guessed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we can get started.
Oh, look at the awesome. Sorry, I'm muting myself. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I just really want to thank everybody that jumped on this right now, because this was really a very last minute attempt to throw this together. And so many of you guys, especially the faculty, I so appreciate your support throughout like my 3 years, all of our 2 years, and with like all of the GSWA events and all of like the GSWA kind of attempts. I know that this year we were planning on having a reception a couple of days ago, and we hope that this is really just kind of our virtual version of that, because yesterday was amazing, and I think so much more than any of us really expected it to be. And we hope that today is just kind of a brief celebration of just our cohort, because our cohort really has like so much unity and so much support. And I know for myself, being a 3-year student, starting with a different cohort and then joining this one, I really got to see like that not every cohort is so like ready to go to all of the things and support each other and like deal with this quarantine and finishing a program at home. And like we really went and ran with it, and I feel really proud to be a part of this cohort, and I hope that you all do too. So I'm gonna pass this to Tamara, who's going to be our little MC for today. And faculty that's speaking, if you have like an order that you want to go in, like we do with presentations, just send it in the chat and we can do it that way. So I'm gonna share my screen.
Had a little technical difficulty with the neighbors cutting a tree or doing something, so we have a studio change. Here we go. Made it just in time.
Okay.
Okay.
Tamara, just tell me when you're ready to change slides and stuff.
So the students got together and voted on various things that you all participated in. I'm sorry that I'm not quite as together today. It's been a little last minute here. Just welcome. I appreciate you all being here. To all the students, you have done an incredible job this year of getting to this place. And we wanted to just put together some certificates and awards for you. So Julia, is that how you want to roll? You want to do the certificates first?
Yeah, I think that that would be a good start, and then maybe we can like stop like halfway through them for some faculty.
Okay, let's click. I can't have control here, so she's going to take care of it. All right, so the students wanted to honor Amanda Lee as Faculty of the Year. Would someone like to speak about Professor Lee? Woo! Do we want music? I'll let the students let you know that, and then Amanda, if you want to say a few words, that'd be wonderful. Congratulations.
Yeah, Amanda, like you really, like, I think we all felt so supported by you this year, and especially with all of the kind of abrupt changes and a million emails kind of going out of like, what are we doing? What does internship look like? And for us PPS students, like, what does it look like for us to complete those hours? And you really just like, I think we felt the effort and the like love that you had for us and the commitment that you had. And I for one really appreciate that and know that like that wasn't easy for you or for anybody. And so we really just wanted to honor you with this.
And Professor Lee, I can definitely second that and let you all know that as our field faculty fearless leader, she facilitated many meetings with all of your professors to make sure that we can all get on the same page to help develop those remote competencies that I know are your favorite, along with Professor Badagan, and we just appreciate you tremendously, Professor Lee. Thank you for everything you do to make sure that our entire system runs smoothly.
Thank you so much, everyone. This is really such a lovely surprise, and you know, sometimes when you're in a position like mine, making very difficult decisions that may not always be able to accommodate everyone's needs, it's sometimes a lot of sleepless nights trying to make sure that you are doing your best. And I appreciate that you all recognize that, but even more so, I appreciate how professional you all remained during a very uncertain time with many changes almost day to day. And I'm just so very proud of the way that you all rose up to the challenge. But I want to not just recognize you after the COVID-19 crisis hit, but just the continuity throughout your years here with us. I really do want to recognize that. One of the best parts of my job is when I hear from field instructors and agency partners the wonderful work that you're doing. And I'm still getting emails through this week from field instructors that just dropped me a line to say, so-and-so was a great intern. We wish her all the best. I just wanted you to know. So you all are going to do some amazing work out there. My only request is that you please stay in touch with us and let us know what you get up to. And I know that we have some family on the call today. I just wanted to thank you for your support of these wonderful, whether they're children of yours or parents or sisters or brothers. This is a great group, and thank you for your support of them. Thank you, everybody, for this honor. Truly humble.
Okay.
You can share again.
Screen.
Might be too complicated to go back and
Okay.
forth. Okay, and next we have the GSWA elected Student of the Year, Ana Reyes. Woo! Congratulations! Are you going to continue to speak about each of them?
What?
You want to say a few words about Ana?
Sure, I can say it.
Okay.
Anna,
I want to leave this to you to share your awards. This is your day, and any of the GSWA officers who want to share, I would like for you to do so.
Yeah, Ashley, if you want to jump in at any point. Anna, I honestly feel honored to have been a part of this cohort with you. Like, you have impressed me in like every kind of activity that I've had any part of with you, and like your commitment and your drive. Like, I kind of think that you are gonna do amazing things, and I can't wait to see like where kind of this field takes you, and like where I'm gonna hear about you doing something 2, 5, 10 years down the line.
Oh. I can say something about Ana. Ana, you seriously inspire me so much, and you make me want to be not only a better social worker, but a better person. I'll never forget, I was walking through the Women's March, the first year of our program, and I heard someone like banging on drums and leading chants, and I look over and it's Ana Reyes, and she's in the middle of the crowd leading everyone that she doesn't even know. And I just felt like it just defined you and how great you are, and I can't wait to see all the things that you do.
Awesome. Where's Ana? Woo! Is Ana here?
Yeah. Ana, do you want to say something?
Oh, there you are. I'm looking at all the squares. Be awesome. I love that.
Ana, do you wanna say anything? I don't want to put you on the spot.
Speech.
Yeah, I'm super honored for this award. I was like totally not expecting that. I don't know. When I was thinking about what I wanted to post on Facebook yesterday, I was thinking like, man, I almost just wanted to post it like, well, that was hard, because like, I don't know how it was for everyone else, but like this program was freaking hard. So I guess congratulations for everyone for completing it. And I just want to sort of like acknowledge that like, if a master's program is freaking hard, I don't know. I was just, okay, sorry, over that. And as much as everyone is sort of like, I'm just honored to get this award because I know that there are so many, like all of you guys are so inspiring, and so encouraging. Just like, I don't know, just like seeing people on the screen, like Lauren, your passion and like your discipline and your like I don't know, it always felt like you were doing so much and you were so into things and you never seemed overwhelmed, even though things could totally be overwhelmed. And like Monica, like everyone wants you in their pockets because you're so encouraging and like cool. And Brett, as like, I don't know if, yeah, you're sort of like, I feel like we were sort of like the weirdos in the cohort who were like, we want to do PPSC and macro and like try to break all the rules. I don't know. I'm so inspired by all of you. And I think, I don't know, I am also just like everyone else excited to see like what we do, how we mess up this place to fix it. So thank you so much for the award. Oh, and also a shout out to Dr. Cito, who's helped me with my publishable paper. And I wrote this in the comments yesterday, but just like shout out to all the professors that support students in publishable paper. I think if I got something out of this program, one of the nuggets I got is just how important research is, even if our president doesn't look at it. And so I just think that I hope that all of us also try to incorporate research into our practice and also try to do our best to like extract research wherever we are, because that's, yeah, it's just so important. So just thank you for the professors that like encourage students to do it, even though y'all are super overloaded. Yeah, so thank you.
Yay, congratulations. Would your parents like, is that your parents with you?
Yeah.
Would y'all like to say anything?
We're started.
Woo, congratulations.
Anna, if you and Brett could just remember to not forget the little people when you are really, really big bosses, or please just remember to be extra nice for us when you are ruling social work, please.
You know, in case we need a job or something. You know.
Please hire me.
Awesome.
Okay, go back to shares.
Congratulations. Okay, and our next award goes to Julia Hurst for the most active in extracurricular activities. Working with Julia and all the other officers on GSWA has been an incredible honor. To be honest, they just run with things. I'm constantly getting emails. They're planning this event, they're planning that event. I mean, they have been very self-contained, and their passion for social work and for each other and for the school and every one of you and putting this together. You know, we were on the phone last week talking about how we could still have this reception happen. This reception hasn't happened for a couple of years. I think the last one was my graduation in 2016. And she was very passionate. All the officers were very passionate about making this happen for you all. So I would just like to congratulate you. I will miss you very much. And I know that you are going to go out and change the world. And there's so many things that you have brought to our School of Social Work, and the level of understanding and ambition and kindness that you have brought to your role as president has been truly inspiring. I am very proud of you and congratulate you. I'd like to, if any of the other professors or anyone has something you'd like to say to or about Julia, please do, and then we'll let her speak too.
I'd like to say something.
Yes, Ashley, go. There you are.
As many of you may know, Julia and I are co-presidents, and I just want to say it's an honor been working with you, Julia. You are amazing. She is the kindest, most open person I know, and the energy is just always there, always on point. I couldn't have been luckier in my co-president, and I'm going to miss you next year.
Well, thank you guys so much. Like, wow. Ashley and Tamara, like I would say the same thing to you both. Like I felt so supported kind of all 3 years, or I guess all 2 years with you guys. And I'm not going anywhere. So like I'm excited to watch where GSWA goes from here. And I think that my involvement in all the activities and all of that is kind of due to the energy and the support of everyone else. It made it really easy to kind of have all of these activities and all of these things just be a part of my self-care and be a part of my kind of grad school journey, and what I will always remember kind of this experience as like, and this last like week or so, really looking back on like what this program was for me. I really can't imagine it without being involved in GSWA and being involved in kind of everything that we made happen that I would not have been able to do alone. So thank you.
Yay, congratulations. Woo. Okay. The Student Leader of the Year, Brett Hall. Congratulations, Brett. Woo. Ashley, Julia, do you want to speak about Brett? Anyone want to speak about Brett before she speaks?
Yeah, Ashley, do you want to go? And then I can speak.
Let you guys go back and forth.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Brett is an inspiring person. I've got to work with her a lot with the Candlelight Vigil and the leadership that you've shown, the passion you've shown for it, and the way you think about the bigger picture, the macro aspects is just, it's inspiring to me. And I hope I can contribute as much in my final year as well.
Yeah, I want to chime in about Brett. I think the thing I admire most about you, Brett, is just your grit and how you can like pound out work when you have to. Yeah, I just think that you have like such a good work ethic and a discipline, and the fact that you're so passionate about like justice and bigger issues is like the cherry on top. So I'm just really glad and honored to have had this experience with you, Brett.
Can I say something as well? This is Professor Cosillo, and I know Brett from Social Action Committee, and she was also in my 758 class. And one of the things, you know, I got to know Brett through SAC, and she was our vice president, and just her leadership and guidance with our cohort and with all of our members has just been so remarkable. And she definitely is just a social justice warrior at heart, and I know that it's going to lead her in, so that's going to carry you in so many ways. Like, you are going to be such a phenomenal social worker out in the real world, and I'm just so proud of you. And it's been such a great time getting to know you, and I wish that we were able to go to lobby days this year, because with Brett's support and also John, who's on here somewhere, we were able to raise over $27,000 to take 45 students to lobby days, and they did all the planning, and just, you know, we weren't able to go, but Brett was really behind a lot of that planning, and I just want to thank her for that.
And let me add, from a faculty perspective, I'm mostly retired. I only teach one class a year, so a lot of you I don't know, but I've taught a lot of years, and I will say Brett is one of the most prepared students I have ever seen in my whole career. When she shows up to class, you probably heard this, faculty and students, you know, did everybody do all the readings? And I know that's a challenge, but Brett was absolutely one of the very best prepared, always ready to make good comments on the readings, and when we're talking about something, she could connect the readings to our practice, to what was going on in the class. So thank you, Brett, for being such a great student.
Wait, I want to chime in one more time too. So just because I've talked about this program being hard. Okay, so not only was she like getting A's and doing the readings, she was working part-time, she was doing the publishable paper, she was on SAC and all these other committees, and probably doing other things that I totally forgot. But anyways, like, I felt stretched thin, but she was doing plus, like, always more. And she did the credential, the admin credential, which means extra classes, everybody, extra classes. So I just want to shout out that it was tons of work and you deserve it.
Yeah, Brett, and I would like to share too, you know, in reading your publishable paper, the fact that you were able to get down on paper what I experienced as a school social worker for so many years doing restorative practices was so beautiful to read. And so I really appreciate you just compiling all that data and all those interviews, because it's really remarkable. I hope that paper gets out there to everyone to read. So well done.
Yeah, I think everyone really said what I would have said to you, Brett. Like, I've I have a unique experience, and I knew Brett in high school, and like knowing like the journey that you've had, I'm so impressed by you, and I like the amount of work that you committed and the amount of like how humble you are about all of it is just really incredible. And kind of like I said for Anna, I think that like your journey is unstoppable, and I really can't wait to see where you go.
All right, speech, Brett. Woo!
I don't even know what to say. Guys, thank you everyone so much. I'm seriously like so honored, and I'm so grateful to have met all my classmates and my professors. You guys, seriously, I've learned so much from all of you. And this program, it's just been such an amazing experience for me, coming to a place and realizing that there's so many other people who have the same values and passions that I do, and it's given me so much hope for our world. And right now I just feel like there's no other time where the world needs social workers, needs change leaders and people that are going to do good things for other people. And I just found so much comfort in that over these past 2 years, and I'm so grateful and honored beyond words that I can express. So thank you.
Woo! Congratulations.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, most inspirational student of the year, Silvana Yunan. Did I say your last name right, Silvana? Woo! Oh my gosh. Okay, Silvana. I'm going to start this one. I met Silvana when she was in undergrad, and she came, I can't see her. I really want to see her. Where is she so I can talk to her? I'm going to close out of this for a second so I can see Julia.
Oh, yes.
Yep, I need to see her face while I'm talking about her. Hey, there you are. Okay. So Silvana came into my office when she was in undergrad, and she was talking to me about Title IV-E. She was having some struggles with the professor. Things were tough. She's a mommy. She has beautiful, beautiful children. And we sat and we talked and we breathed and we practiced good things for her. And she applied for Title IV-E the next year. And I got to walk with her through this process. I've gotten to meet her children. She came to our elders luncheon. We held the elders luncheon for Native American elders at Scripps Cottage last summer. And Silvana brought her children, and they served lunch to all these Native elders at Scripps Cottage. And because she's part of that, and because she's raising her children to understand a new world and a new life that she's creating, and the new woman that she's become, and the powerful woman and powerful social worker that she's going to be going into child welfare, to be that person who is going to help families to take care of the things they need to take care of in a good way. And I love you, Silvana. I'm proud of you. You've walked through fire to be here, and I admire you. I agree with this award wholeheartedly. Makes me very emotional to know the path that you've walked to be here today. So, all right. Who else wants to speak about Silvana? Sorry. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of all of you.
Silvana, I just want to say how much I appreciated you being so vulnerable. And that goes out to a lot of you students that have experienced things over the past 2 years and shared your thoughts and your challenges with us as professors, but also with your cohort. It means so much. And Silvana, I remember the day that you brought me the dessert, and I'll never forget that, because that was just so much like a part of you and your culture. And I just really appreciated everything about you, Silvana. Way to go.
Yeah, I can go for it.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say, for me, Silvana was at the very first Title IV-E meeting before we even started with the MSW program. Silvana was the very first person I spoke to. She was sitting right next to me, and we had to like pair up, and we were talking. And I just remember, silly me was assuming everyone's going to be fresh out of college, like in their 20s, like 22 and like, you know, fresh. And she was like, oh yeah, no, like, you know, I have 3 kids, like I'm married. I was like, whoa. It was just like crazy to hear someone that was so vastly different story than mine. And I was just like, this woman is such, excuse my French, she is such a badass. And like truly just from the moment I met her, I was like, she's going to do really big things and she's so inspirational. And I'm so proud of you, Silvana.
Yeah, I was really gonna say the same thing, Silvana. I only really had a few classes with you, and I know we were supposed to go to Baltimore together this year. And like I think in the few experiences that I had with you, you were so inspiring to be around, and your passion and your drive and your love for your family is just like so visible in everything that you do. And you bring that into everything, which I think is like so important in social work, to like bring in all these other aspects that are going on in our lives into the work that we do, and you just do that so seamlessly. So I'm so honored to have gotten to know you.
I would have starved without Silvana. Thank you, Mama Bear. Every time I studied, she'd always bring food.
I met Silvana when she was doing her undergrad couple years ago. She was a student in my class then, and just knew with the first encounter and conversation that we had that she was something special. So it was no surprise to me to see that she would move on into our MSW program. And Silvana, this is just the beginning. I know that you are going to accomplish wonderful, great things, and looking forward to seeing it, and come back and visit us and keep connecting with us. And you know, you're our alumni. Just, you know, go out there and go get them, Tiger. We love you.
Silvana, I also have a small memory to share. I know that you all know that I observe how you carry yourselves as you're developing as new social work students. And one memory of mine, one very fond memory of mine of Silvana is that I happened to be standing near the reception table to the agency fair, and I saw that she took the time to thank Maria McLean, who does all the sort of the background work for the field fair. And that captures just the wonderful person that Silvana is, and that professionalism and thoughtfulness and care. So I just wanted to say full-hearted congratulations to you. You're going to do wonderfully well.
Silvana, do you want to say anything?
Oh my God, you guys. Well, I don't know how to express it. You know, my accent and my language is not that good.
Perfect.
I'm honored. You guys were the best support system that would have ever. You guys brought the best of me. Of course, I could not do it at all without you. Starting with all my professors and all students, I learned a lot from all of you, and I appreciate you all forever. And I'm always gonna come back. I will always reach out, and I love you all. Love you with all my heart. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
All right.
I have to share this. This is the last text that I sent Silvana, and I don't remember. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. It's a picture, and I don't know exactly why I sent it to her.
I do. Yeah, I remember.
You remember? Because I don't care what people think of me. I'm busy. I've got magical shit to do. Because you're magical.
I love you, Tara. Thank
I
you.
love you too. Congratulations.
Thank
wow,
you.
that was fast. That was so fast.
Okay, share screen again.
Thank you. Sorry I cursed to your family. Super inappropriate. Okay, next we have the Diversity Advocate of the Year, Leanne Urata. Woo! Leanne, who wants to speak about Leanne?
Ashley, do you want to go?
Sure. So I haven't had Dr. Urata in class yet, but ever since I first started the program, she has been at almost every GSWA event, every diversity committee event, just helping with the candlelight vigil in a very big way. I'm very inspired by what she does, and I love the time that she takes for her students. She's always thinking about the bigger picture of diversity. So that's all I have to say right now. Thanks.
Yeah, I think I would really say the same thing. I didn't get the chance to have you as a professor in this program, but everything that I heard and about kind of having you as a professor and like having your support with my friends that wrote the publishable paper was really incredible. And I know just seeing you show up at these events like without having you as a professor was really like special, because not everyone shows up, and I understand that you guys have so much else going on. So just kind of seeing that like side of you and your support for your students, like an unconditional support with that, was really special, and I appreciate that.
I would also like to share something about Dr. Arata and how much, as part of like the candlelight vigil that's with Brett and Anna and Ashley, the students who worked on it, how much we appreciated you and Amanda Lee and Paul letting that idea come to life. Gosh, I lost where you were on my screen. There you are. And also, of course, all of your support and mentoring, the research, all the things you have done for us on working on the publishable paper, and how much you give your time and your support to any ideas we have. We just really appreciate your support. Thank you, Dr. Arata, for everything.
Can I add in? I just want to say a big thanks to all the hard work and support you put into my professional development. I remember coming to meet you, I think it was right after the orientation. We had small groups and she was our small group leader. And like immediately after, I was like, I need to go talk to her about her research because I want to be a part of that. And she was so welcoming, so inviting. She had me jump on board almost immediately as a student assistant. And I have probably say like 50% of my development is from you and all of the stuff that you've exposed me to in research. And I truly appreciate everything that you've done for my academic career. Thank you.
So I'll jump in too. I just want to thank you a lot because I've been in your class and you were my faculty advisor for my paper, and the whole time in both those experiences you were just really supportive and wise, and you were always very helpful and very responsive, and that's just it's really special. So thank you.
I want to say something too. So
is somebody else talking now? Too. I wanted to say too that when I wanted to not take your class, the 720, when we have the choices of, there's a number of 720 classes, and for the duals we have no choices, and so I went and I talked to you about the fact that I'd rather take the child development class, and so you went to, I don't know if it was the curriculum committee or I don't know, some group, and kind of went to bat for me, saying that there was a different class I'd prefer to take, and really went to bat for me to take a different class than what was on my track. And I really appreciated that you really advocated for me to be able to do something that was not in my normal school track, and I really appreciated that. And it didn't work out, and so I found it really funny on the first day of class when you were like, like, I know you don't want to be here, Nancy, but I was super excited to be there because I loved having you as a professor. Every class that I had with you, I loved it. So I was enthusiastic to be in your class every day, and you kind of walked in like not believing me when I was like, it's going to be a great day in class, because I did. I loved every class, and I wasn't joking. I loved it. I was in graduate school because I wanted to be there. I loved all my classes. I loved it. So even though I didn't want to be in your class, I did love being in your class. I loved all of your classes, and I'm really happy that you got any award because you deserve every award, in my opinion. So.
Dr. Urata, I would like to say thank you as well. You have are just such a caring and selfless person. I just remember my class with you when we were writing grant proposals, and I had no idea what that entailed, and you were with me every step of the process. Even after I submitted it, I still wanted to work on it because I didn't think it was good enough. And you helped me over Christmas break, like making updates to it. You know, we were out of school at that point, and you just wanted to help and wanted to make it better and really believed in me. And what I admire most about you is that you want to learn from us just as much as we want to learn from you. Thank you.
Matt, I know you were trying to talk earlier. Did you want to say something?
I mean, I just really wanted to, I guess, echo what everybody else is saying. She was a great professor and really kind of modified the course to kind of help us draw out our own potential. And I know a lot of the students really looked up to her as a professional and personal role model, because she is super busy, as not just a professor, but as a mother. And I know a lot of people are trying to figure out, now that they're out of school, like, how do I find that balance between work and personal life? So all around a great person.
Yeah, I want to echo what everyone else has essentially said. I think just of how supportive you are, students, and what Katie said of how it's so clear that you want to learn from us and that you expect to learn from us, and that there's just so much there's so much humility in how you are a professor, even changing the way classes and being adaptable. And the class that Nancy talked about, I thought was one of the more practical classes as far as policy. I mean, it was a policy class, so you did a good job, I guess. But yeah, it was just really practical, and I feel gave us tools as social workers to advocate effectively. And also kind of like what Matt was saying, but I think the fact that even 2 students were able to speak about you who never even had you as a professor, just shows how involved you are and how supportive you are of students outside of the classroom. And I don't know how you do it and how you balance your time, but it's amazing. And yeah, I want to be able to be like that.
Can I just add, again, like Anna saying, I never had you as a professor, but I've seen you in so many GSWA events, and I remember meeting you at orientation, and you were always very, sorry for the cat, you were always very, very welcoming, and you made me feel like a peer, even if we're not supposed to be peers. But I think
We lost you right at the end there, Jess.
I know, my cat is just not.
Oh, did the kitty mute you? Thank you so much. Dr. Urata, it's always such an honor to work with you, and working with you on the diversity committee over the last few years has just been incredible, and you're such an open space. Dr. Urata had reached out to me about bringing some of our Indigenous folks onto a panel, or to put together a panel for the Human Trafficking Radar Conference, and had Shireen and Whitney, 2 of our MSW students, present with, at the conference with one of my colleagues from Mesa Grande. And just always your kind opening and your exploration and curiosity and openness all the time with faculty and your students are just incredible. So thanks. Anyone else wanted to say something? I started talking. Dr. Urata, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know if you can tell. I think I have a poker face a lot of times. But oh my gosh, I just want to say the ones who just spoke, Katie and Anna and John and Nancy, of course, Lauren and Jani, and just all of you are, I mean, it's really about, I just want to say something about all of you students, actually. You really lift me up. And I think one day I came into a class and I said, it's just like, I just feel so wonderful just stepping into that classroom with all of you. It just gives me so much energy and so much happiness. It doesn't matter what the day was, but it's really your energy. And I just feel so good about our world with all of you graduating now, going out there. Just some examples, the Candlelight Vigil. I mean, Jani, you know, went up to Amanda Lee when we had that first meeting after the whole, after the incidents that happened in New Zealand. And I feel like she really got it going and moving and kept us initiating it. And then Brett and Anna, you know, being so dynamic and carrying that forward. And I don't see Krista here, but she was also very involved in that.
Here, Dr. Urana.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay. And I mean, just amazing that, and then you did it again the second year. And it's just, I wish we could do that. I realized that happened right before the lockdown. So it's like, okay, we got that in right before. I don't know what kind of gatherings will happen like that again, but I feel like I'm really glad it did happen. And I think in that spirit, I think, I mean, all of you reflect diversity. I remember Silvana seeing you a couple of years ago, and so happy to see you here graduating. The published word paper, you know, Lauren, Jani, John, and I don't know if Christian's here. I mean, they were just amazing this year. Initiating the whole thing from the beginning. You know, I'm doing a survey of the whole, you know, students on the whole campus. Lauren, amazing. And Jani and Lauren collecting interviews with those who are homeless at the library. They're side by side with me doing that. And Lauren, like she said, for the last 3 years, and actually Jani, I knew her before she came on. She was at UC San Diego. I mean, just Lauren took part in in every single project I think I did. So thank you thank you so much for helping me. And I've learned so much. And just like from Anna, I told her I learned so much about teaching too. So that's I miss having her input in class. Matt, thank you for your comments too. You were so quiet when I bugged you about not saying hi to me when we didn't know each other, and now I'm gonna make sure you always say hi to me. I know I'm just being silly here, but I just love all my colleagues and being at SDSU, and it's I think, and it's really because of these graduate students that make it such a worthwhile and amazing experience. So thank you so much, everybody.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to share screen.
Sorry, my phone was going off. There we go. And Faculty Mentor of the Year, Professor Paul Brazel. Woo! Paul, you are everywhere all the time. And Paul and I will often run into each other and quickly, you know, kind of support each other and whatever our you know, moment of the day is happening. And we get very excited to get to work with you. And I know that he was so excited to be able to take you all to Baltimore this year. And just being able to go out with you, Paul, to the schools, your willingness to work with us on anything at a moment's notice is always absolutely wonderful. So I'm going to ask the students to tell you why they chose you as their mentor of the year.
Yeah, I can start with this one, Paul. Like, I have felt so supported by you since my first year. I can remember making an appointment with you and being like, I want to do PPS and I don't really know what that means. And in the beginning, I don't have an internship yet. Like, what do I do? And like, you really walked me through all the steps, and you were like so supportive throughout this entire time. And I really saw you as like really more of a mentor than kind of this like up there professor, which like, I don't, yeah. So I was really looking forward to Baltimore to get to know you more and kind of have that experience, and hopefully kind of we'll have those different experiences in the future, because like you really were so supportive, and I hope to maintain a relationship.
I can go. I never got the pleasure to have Paul as a professor, but he was always my go-to anytime I needed any type of support, or needed to just talk candidly about something that I was going through in the program. His door was always open, and he was always ready to take however much time I needed to talk about things. And he, I feel like, just does that for everybody, even if he doesn't even know you that well. He's just there for you. And that's so special to have in a grad program. Just to be that accessible to us was awesome. Thank you.
I'd like to go. I actually started like crying a little for some reason when I saw Paul's name pop up. Paul, it's amazing. Like, you're not only an amazing professor, but you're actually like a great mentor, but like you're also like someone I would almost consider like a friend. I just remember I could walk into your office and we could talk about anything. Ran into each other at the grocery store one time, and we were just talking about the world for like 25 minutes in the middle of the grocery store. It's just like there's not a lot of professors that I would feel like comfortable just like doing that with, and you've just definitely been like probably one of the best parts of this program. And just thank you so much for everything, Paul.
I'd like to say something too. I had Paul, I was so lucky to have him both years for my field seminar. I'm getting emotional too. But he was always so positive every week. And I had a very rough year at my internship this year, and just felt so supported by him week after week. And it's just definitely been one of the highlights of my program, having him as well. So thank you, Paul.
Yeah, I want to say something, Professor. I mean, I don't know what to add to all the great words that everybody said. I agree 100%. And we were always there for everybody with a smile on your face. Your door always open. Your communication is unbelievable and enthusiastic, and I mean welcoming. Thank you so very much for everything and for all the opportunities that were available, and you were the first one to jump and connect, and thank you so very much for everything.
Wow, you guys, I feel like Dr. Urata said, I'm very overwhelmed and very appreciative. So thank you for your kind words. And you can see it's like it's hard to even talk through it. So thanks, you guys all mean so much to me, and it's so important, the work that you did this year. And so thank you so much, you guys. This just means a lot to me. And yeah, just wonderful work this year. I can't wait for you to stay connected and to hear what all of you are doing. And when I took this role, I really thought a lot about supporting graduate students get through the program. And so I'm glad to hear that that's coming through. That means so much. Thank you.
May I say something for my colleague?
Yeah.
Professor Brazel. We're always twinning in these shirts. I don't see your red shirt today. And we have a scarf to match usually too. I just want to say, I remember Paul. I remember his interview. When we first hired him on, he was just such a sincere, authentic person from the very beginning, and it has been an absolute pleasure to be able to work with you. and to rely on you as well in very difficult times recently. Thank you for being a wonderful part of the team for our students. And forgive me, I was remiss in not saying this earlier, but I think Paul can probably agree, our jobs are a lot easier because we work with really wonderful people. And I see Marcy here, and Rich is somewhere, Professor Bradway is somewhere, Jennifer Cosillo is always going to be field faculty in my eyes, and if I've missed anybody, but we've got a wonderful team and it makes it so easy to work together. Paul, you make me smile every day with cat memes as well. I have to acknowledge you for that. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And yeah, our team and being part of this faculty is amazing. So thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Lee.
I would just like to add one more perspective. I'm fortunate enough to have had Paul as a student and remember him as a student in the program, and then as a field instructor and as a wonderful supervisor and working in the system and at Lemon Grove. And now that we were fortunate enough for you, Paul, to come on to the school, yay, how lucky were we. So thank you, and thank you for never changing, Paul. You have been fabulous and awesome from day one. So it warms my heart to know that you were with us.
Thanks so much.
Okay.
There we go. All right, and now, oh my gosh, the most motivational student of the year, Matthew Soler. I cannot thank this man enough. He saved the day on our virtual graduation ceremony yesterday. He set us up with the live stream on Facebook when you all received notice that there wouldn't be enough room on Zoom for families to join. He got right after us saying we can do this on Facebook when we were not technologically capable of making it happen. I finally asked him, you know, I know it's your graduation, but could you do this for us? And he did. And as an MSW student at ECRT this year, he took on my Social Work 120 students who needed a 40-hour volunteer placement, and he made room for them, and he created a wonderful environment. They learned so much. I'm reading their papers about their experience, even when everything happened, when classes stopped, and as of March 13th, no one could go to their internships or their volunteer placements anymore. He kept in contact with the Social Work 120 students. He kept creating ways for them to continue to have an experience. He did virtual supervision with them so that they could write their papers. And I just thank you so much, Matthew. And I know your other professors are going to want to speak of your greatness and your kindness and your absolute commitment to our school and everything that ECRT has been doing to have a space for students to even be able to continue the last couple of months has been truly profound. So thank you, Matt. Yay. And I'm turning it over.
I have to say something. It's me, Professor Cosillo. Matt is one of our COC interns in a non-traditional placement placed at ECRT, in case you all didn't know that already. And I have gotten to know Matt quite a bit this academic year in our supervisions, group supervisions. And one of the things that really stands out about Matt is that he's really comes off as a quiet and reserved person, but there's such a funny side to him. And there's such a, you know, he's so compassionate, and he's passionate about the work that he does. And when he sees an opportunity out to do something and make a difference, he will do it. He's so driven and so motivated. And I don't know a better person for this award. I just really am taken aback by just his expertise and his willingness to just make a difference out in students, our students who are facing food insecurity and housing insecurity issues, going out there and just making a difference in ECRT. And I know that his team in ECRT will make agrees, and just if they had all the money in the world to keep him on, they would. So congratulations, Matt. I'm really proud of you.
I just want to say I totally agree with everything Jennifer's just said about Matt, and the perseverance and just dedication to what he feels strongly about is impressive. Matt was one of the most hardworking students in my class last semester. He was there for office hours, just picking my brain and trying to get further along, not content with just, you know, doing what's needed for, you know, just enough. He would go above and beyond, and I really got to see that in Matt, and really wanting to do the above and beyond. And I know that you're just going to accomplish wonderful things no matter where you go, and I'm really proud of you, and look forward to continuing to hear from all the, you know, from you and all the things that you're doing for our communities. Congratulations, Matt.
Matt is just so selfless. I think that's like the best word that I can use to describe him. I lost my job as a bartender from COVID, and Matt just like reached out to me with a bunch of resources, and he's created a page for us to all share job opportunities, and he is just always willing to help people and really wants the best for everyone, and he's just a great person.
I wanted to say something too. So I got to see Matt not long before we all had the stay-at-home order. And I remember one of the last things he said was that we were talking about our internships, and now how he wanted to still continue because we hadn't yet gotten the word if we would stay or what happened, and you know, he said that he wanted to stay because it was really our time to shine, and I was really impressed by his positivity and his confidence, and it really shows what a great social worker you are, and will continue to be, and I just really appreciate you as a student.
Yeah, Matt, I feel like you kind of remind me of Aladdin in the sense of like the whole like diamond in the rough thing. Yeah, just because I feel like as our program progressed, you like impressed me more and more, and like throughout this whole like Zoom ceremony, I was telling my parents like, oh yeah, that's Matt, he's the best. He's the best. And then you got this award, I'm like, see, he's the best. Yeah, and I think also just like you've been so helpful with all the resources that you always share, and I think especially with COVID, you made, I don't know, I think it was part of ECRT as well, but you shared the link of the Google Doc with all these resources about what happens if you don't have access to internet and things like that, which was like really relevant for some of my friends and stuff. So I was able to help people because you had put the time in to make these resources, and you just like continually have done that. So bravo.
All right, Matt.
So I just want to thank everybody for kind of just sharing their passion throughout the whole program. I know we're not really acknowledging everybody here today, but you know, I do want to acknowledge the work and you know, the effort that you guys have put in, you know, at your internships, you know, during classes. I kind of cheated for this award, I feel, because you guys are kind of my clients and I got my clients to vote for me. So, I mean, I know if your clients could have voted for you. You know, there would have been a lot more awards over here. Yeah, and I know just seeing all the passion that you guys have for the work. You know, it's not hard to motivate people. You know, not hard to be the most motivational person, especially when you've been in MI with Bradway. But yeah, just I don't know, be your own hype person, and don't forget just how, I guess, smart and talented everybody is.
Okay. To go back.
Thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate you so much. And I was actually texting and trying to call our next awardee because I don't see her here. Our next award as Staff Member of the Year goes to Joanne Rouland. And I will tell you, for those of you who participated yesterday in our virtual graduation, Joanne worked absolutely tirelessly, nonstop for 3 days, putting names in all of those certificates, creating that certificate, building the PowerPoint. And she and I and Matt were actually on a Zoom together at 9 o'clock the night before, when Matt was trying to teach us how to live stream on Facebook. And I finally just said, Matt, can you just make this happen for us? And he did. They were back on the phone together at 7 a.m. yesterday morning. I think Joanne had about 1 hour's sleep. I don't know that if she got the text or knew about this day, but I would like to give Dr. Fuentes and any of the students an opportunity to speak about Joanne, and we'll make sure she gets the recording.
Joanne's been with us now for a year, and it's been incredibly amazing to have her as part of our team and our School of Social Work. She comes with that, let's do it attitude, always smiling, always wanting to help, and if she doesn't know how, she'll figure it out or will ask questions, and always just so willing to help out in whichever way she can. So it wasn't surprising to me that she'd be really enthusiastic about helping out with the school virtual graduation that we did, and that she did such an awesome job with it. Between her and Julianne, I am just incredibly impressed, and have so much gratitude for their support and their commitment to our school and to our students. In the end, this is for you, and they feel that love for our school and for our students just as the instructors do. And so I wish she could have been here to experience this and see you all and the award that you're honoring her with. She would have been really tickled, I think. Hopefully this is being recorded so that she can enjoy it at soon. I think we're all just really fortunate to have her. And so with that, I'll pass it on to Tamara, or whom else wants to say a few words.
Any of the students would like, oh, there you go. There we go.
I was just going to say, I can say a few words. She has been incredibly supportive to GSWA, and I know the other student orgs as well. I've talked to some of the leaders in those student orgs, and every time we come to her, she's always willing and happy to help us. And I've had the pleasure of talking to her many times. Sometimes I'll just stop in to say hi, and she's always a welcome, happy face, and it's just positive energy in the social work office, which I love. So
I just want to say, since she's been with us, the program, I have just noticed a drastic increase in information being put out to the students. I feel like I never miss anything, emails all the time about everything. And it's I know some people are overwhelmed by emails, but for me, I'm I know I'm never going to miss anything. She's just always on top of sending everything out to students. And I really appreciate that.
I'd like to add just that feeling that she's created up in the front office, and in particular the holiday party that she put together. I wish everyone could have been part of the holiday party. It was so funny and fun with all the activities and prizes that she brought out for everyone. That I think that stuff really does make an impact. It's all part of the culture of the organization, and I think she made us feel so welcome and that it was such a fun place to be, that I hope that trickles out to the students too. So way to go, Joanne.
This is all being, oh, go ahead, Amanda.
I'm sorry, I don't know who I interrupted, forgive me. I just wanted to acknowledge that Joanne is just a pleasure to work with. I know, I've gotten lots of little goodies and little treats in my mailbox recently to celebrate different holidays, cultural holidays as well. I received a pineapple cake for the Lunar New Year that I was really happy to have. But I wanted to acknowledge that I think it's a team effort, and I know Dr. Fuentes is also behind that. And I wanted to acknowledge her and just everybody within the administrative office for coming together and just creating a really lovely atmosphere.
Hear, hear.
I want to thank Joanne for really helping out. While at the ECRT, she was always very, very good about helping us market any events. I just sent her an email and she'd send it to all of you. And then yesterday especially, like Tamara said, she was up late. They put that whole presentation together real quick, and the night before she was up late, probably didn't get any sleep. And was back at it 6 a.m, working with me for like 3 hours, trying to figure out how we can live stream so that way, everybody's friends and family could see. I told her, like, if it was me, I probably would have just quit and been like, what, it's good enough. The students can see, but because of her, like everybody's friends and family, including mine, were able to take part.
And I was just going to say, this is all being recorded, so we'll send this to her after.
And thank you, Matt. I was watching the emails to see the URL go out this morning. It wasn't there yet. About 6:30, I saw Matt's email saying it didn't work, and at 7, I'm like, do you want me to call Mindy Homan? I've got her on speed dial. It's because it was a different account, and then they just went and just kept going. And so that dedication and again, Matt, she was completely willing to walk with you and do anything pretty much that we asked her to do to make this a good day for you all. But it was definitely your dedication to that, and you were willing to do anything to make that happen for all of your colleagues and along with Joanne. So huge deal. I got to see some of I was running things yesterday, so I wasn't able to watch and enjoy, and I got to see some of it where people had taken videos of the live stream, and it was seamless. It was perfect. So you and Joanne made a really good team. Thank you, Joanne.
All right.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'm gonna go back to share screen. And Tamara, this one's for you. So you were going to be you're awarded with Student Organization Advisor of the Year, and I want to speak to start this off. I think that we have felt as GSWA that you have just been an incredible advocate for us this year, and really stepped up and supported us so much with all of these kind of huge things that we've tried to take on this year, with bringing back the reception and meet and working with us over the last summer to put together that mixer, at finding a place to even host it and all of that. You really kind of came out of the woodwork for us, and I don't think that we would have been capable of doing 3/4 of what happened this year without your support and your really just validation in everything that we tried to do. So I really appreciate you for everything. Ashley, do you want to say anything also?
I do, yes. Sorry, I was trying to get my unmute off.
Okay, good.
Yes, I am so happy that you got this award. One of the wonderful things about you is like every time we come to you with an idea, it's not just a yes, it's a yes. How can we do this? How can we make it amazing? And 10 times more than we thought we could do. So it's like that coach who's encouraging you to just run a little further, and I love it. It's great energy. And I truly appreciate that.
Tamara, my partner in crime.
Truly.
Love working with Tamara. It is just incredibly amazing and fun, but amazing the energy that this woman has, and also the energy that she conveys, right? This energy of collaboration, of positivity, of seeing the glass half full and hopeful. And even though we're overworked, underpaid, and the whole shebang, we're still there, trying to, and brainstorming and how to make it better and more fun. Couldn't ask for better colleagues than that. And I just really appreciate you as a colleague and a person and a friend. And I'm not surprised that this is coming to you in recognition of your leadership with the students.
Thank you, Dahlia. Thank you.
Yeah,
And I remember when Tamara was in my macro class a few years ago, and she was not afraid to sit right in the front. And that always impresses me. They're not afraid to get called on, or they want to be in the thick of things. And I was so delighted that when she came onto our faculty. Tamara, you've been a huge asset to us with your energy and your commitment. And I'm really appreciative, and you're very well deserving of this award, I think.
Thank you so much. He would say in his class, because no one had time to read, and he would have these like reading quizzes at the beginning of class, and it would be like dead silent in the room, and he would say Bueller, and I think I was the only one that got it. For stay up. There was the old lady in the class that understood when he'd say Bueller, but thank you, Dr. Packard.
Tamara,
Go ahead, Paul.
No, you go, Marcy, you go.
Thanks, Paul. Such energy, such spirit, such passion Tamara has always brought from the day one our school has met her. I don't think the woman sleeps.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I don't know how she does it 24/7 for years on end, but thank you, Tamara. We are so lucky to have you and to learn so much from you. Thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, Tamara, I just want to thank you for just being my colleague, right? Just always being there, like you said, bumping into you in the hall, and getting to partner with you on whether it's sitting on some panel in a psychologist class or talking about native students. It's just been always a joy, and I've learned a lot from you already, and just happy that you're here. Always happy you're here.
Yeah, Tiffany, I know you're on, or Sarah, if you want to say anything also.
Yes, I'd like to say a little bit. Professor Strohauer, you are wonderful, caring, and inspiring. If you all did not know, she was also awarded the College of Health and Human Services Undergraduate Professor of the Year Award. And when I was reading all of her nomination essays from several students, it just made me smile the entire time. She is our wonderful GSWA advisor and a mentor to me, always a text or call away. And when is she not smiling and cheerful? Never. Thank you for all that you do and continue to do, and we look forward to continue working with you this upcoming year.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you so much. She sent me a very kind document with some of the blurbs from the letters that my students wrote that prompted that award. And oh my gosh, I heard cried so much. I was crying. I fell on my knees when she sent the email that I got the award. But thank you, Tiffany. Okay, enough about me. You are all amazing, and I appreciate you so much. I'm really shocked because to me, you all run this thing yourselves, and I always feel like I don't do nearly enough for you. So this is very surprising to me. I'm very grateful and just honored and excited to participate in your graduation, and just I'm going to miss those of you who are graduating. I will continue to be a phone call away. Please keep in touch with me. And yeah, let's move on. And thank you. My husband's making a lot of noise in the kitchen. So but thank you all so much. And now I'm going to let Ashley and take this over for the next phase. I think that was the last award, right?
Yeah.
We have some professors who are speaking. You all have the agenda, so I'm going to mute myself. Thank you very, very much. I'm beyond moved. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so Ashley, do you want to go for it?
Oh yeah, so next we have invited several professors to give a little talk and reflect. And I want to invite those 4 professors to speak. Whatever order you guys want to go in is fine.
Well, okay, I'll start. How much time do we have? I never checked with you, Ashley or Julie, on when this is supposed to get over. So how much time should we take?
You have as much time as you need till you have to start saying Bueller, Bueller. You're good. About 5. These ladies thought about 5 minutes each, right?
Yeah, like 5-10 minutes, whatever
Okay,
kind of you need. Very flexible.
Okay, I'll try to be quick. I actually took some notes just to make sure I could stay focused. And I appreciated yesterday that some of you wore your academic regalia, and Major Monica Moon took her graduation cap to 8 or 9 time zones when she went on deployment. So I thought I better put on a little bit of my gear today. We were asked to talk about maybe some advice and support and things. So I'm just going to run through a few pieces of advice and then do some thank yous. And my admin leadership students, some of this is a repeat for you. I shared some of this with them in my class. So first of all, carefully scrutinize any advice you get, including my advice. And the advice I have here is mainly on how you can manage and thrive within an organization, even if you're not in an administrative position. Focus on how you can add value to the organization and the clients and the community and to your profession. Make sure you clearly and fully know what's expected of you from your supervisor and the organization, and then other stakeholders, people in the community and clients. And then try to meet or exceed the expectations that people have for you, or sometimes you need to renegotiate them, like with your boss, if things are just not workable. As your time allows, volunteer for committees and special projects. Find and use a mentor. I think that's good throughout your career. And then kind of related to that, get feedback from other people on a regular basis, and then use the feedback. And when you doubt your abilities, in my class, I have this matrix of competence and confidence. And a lot of times people are more competent than they are competent or confident. So kind of check with yourself on that. You're probably more competent at something than maybe you think you are. And as you get into the profession, maintain balance with not only work, with your personal life as well. Let's see, I think I'm just going to jump to some thank yous now. This is, I'm only teaching one class a year, so I haven't seen a lot, but I've seen some of you. And I can say, first of all, thank you to the student organization leaders. Julia, Ashley, and all of the rest of you. Thank you for what you're doing. And also to the members, the active members in student organizations. Thanks to the people who planned and attended the vigils, the people who planned and attended social work day, planned and attended legislative lobby day. That's too bad that didn't happen this year. And as somebody mentioned Baltimore, I don't know if that's the Social Work Pioneers program, but there are a lot of other activities I'm not even aware of that I appreciate the students that have been involved in that. Thank all of you for supporting each other. And thank all of you for entering our program, for working hard, making a strong commitment to serving people, especially those experiencing life challenges. Thanks especially, several of my admin students are here for the last 2 years. You really helped improve my teaching and enrich my life. Thanks to your family and friends. I think there's some family or friends there with Anna and others for helping get your family member through the program. And I'm mostly retired, but based on the students I have had, and assuming you're a typical student body, thanks for your commitment to the learning process. And I think you help us become better teachers as part of that. Let's see, I think I'll jump to kind of an observation about the future. I think you all this year, really all college graduates this year, facing huge challenges, maybe in some ways the greatest, or at least on the level of the challenges facing people who graduated during the Great Depression and people who graduated during World War II. And in a few years, I can imagine you're sitting around talking to colleagues or people and they say, oh, when did you get your MSW? And you said, I got my MSW in 2020. And I expect and I hope people say, man, wow, what was that like? And they're going to look back on, you know, when life gets to be so-called normal, how did you get all of that done? You know, what was that like? And I expect you'll be able, you don't have to brag, but just talk about it. And I think the grace and poise that you have shown among here in the program, the way you work with your clients, your classmates, the colleagues, supporting people, getting everyone through this period. Thank you very much for basically how you have been in getting through these really unusual times. And Julia and Ashley asked for us about support, and I'm going to offer my support to people anytime from now on until I lose my mental faculties. Let me know how you're doing. And it could, a lot of you, I don't know, but some people might think, you know what, I'm thinking about administration now in a few years. So feel free to email me if I can help with anything on that. And a little more immediately, I'm looking forward to the graduation ceremony when it can be an in-person ceremony, and then anytime getting together with people when we get to the point where we can have hugs and fist bumps and handshakes. And so I look forward to seeing some of you in the future. Congratulations and thank you for joining the social work profession.
Thank you so much, Dr. Packard. I love seeing you in your hat. I love the PhD hat. It just makes me happy seeing it. All right, who's next, ladies?
Go. Or Marcy, you want to jump in?
Sure, I'll take it.
All righty, go for it.
Thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Thanks, Dr. Packard. Great words. Highly spoken. Appreciate it. Wanted to thank GSWA for inviting me to your Zoom party. I love how you took control and you're doing it the way you want to have it done. So it's also risky that you invited me to your Zoom party because you know I have bad jokes and you're willing to possibly hear them one more time. So, but thank you. I got to thinking of some of the moments we spent together. So wanted to reflect just on that for a couple of minutes. And then I echo and underscore what Dr. Packard had and wanted to say thank you and some thoughts for the future. But as you know, and I've written emails to you guys, you're an awesome group. And I realize we have spent hundreds of moments together. For some of you, I had one class. For others, you were willing to have me for 4 classes. I don't know what that says about some of your decision making, but I thank you for that. But as I look on the virtual screens, I have memories of each of you, whether you're showing yourselves in video or not. I still have a memory in terms of each of you in my classes. So I thank you for letting me see your journey. You know, I've seen how you're open to learning, those bright eyes from day one, capturing all those PowerPoint slides that you've wanted so much. I've seen you open up your minds, your hearts, hearing one another, sharing your internship experiences, sharing your family stories, sharing client stories, even keeping confidentiality. So thank you for that, or whatever. But I've seen you challenge one another and support one another, asking questions to understand more. You guys have been just so special. You know, you've participated in your small group activities. It's been a joy to hear you laugh out loud, even in a large group. Even if you were whispering under your breath, there goes Siegel again, you know, with those stories or jokes. Some of us have froze together in Hepner Hall 134 because they can never get the air conditioning right in that room. So thanks for putting up with that. But I've really seen you build support with each other, your peers, your professors. I've heard you ask, is this the right career for you? And can you do this? And the answer is yes, an overwhelming yes. I've also heard you ask, so how many pages do we have to do for that paper? How many references does Siegel want, or what does the other faculty want? And when is that paper due, and can we get an extra week? So I've heard that too. But you've really brought, you know, each class, each new semester, learning, new assignments, and you were able to pivot and move forward for each class, whether it was one of your favorite classes or not. You had such persistence, such determination, such stick-to-itiveness. And I can't thank you enough for allowing me to see that wonderful experience and hear your wonderful thoughts. I remember some of you saw it, that I sent you emails, class emails. You've always heard me say, okay, you have 2 semesters to go, 3 semesters to go, 1 semester, just a few steps more. Even in January, I was saying just a few steps more. You can do this, you got this. And I've seen you find your own strength, being strong, connecting. Who would have thought back in March we met for All Student Day, and then the world changed and went upside down. But once again, you rallied, you showed that strength. You showed what you learned. Hopefully, if you haven't already, you'll be practicing your self-care, your professional self-care. Once again, you pivoted, you moved forward. Such spirit, such drive. You just warm my heart with all of that. So I'm sorry that this is not the way you envision the end of your MSW learning, at least for now in the school. But you have a new social work world that you're creating. You're not just the class of 2020 who experienced the pandemic together. You're going to take the best of what you learned. Hopefully we gave you enough of foundation and gave you some direction to grow on, but now you guys do it above and beyond. Above and beyond, you continue to grow. Pursue those dreams. You get to be the new leaders of this new normal. Now is your time. We pass the MSW baton. The baton. We pass the baton on to you. All things are possible. Talk about a special time. There's going to be new diagnoses from this. There's going to be a new DSM-6 from this, I guarantee it. There's going to be new practice models, whether organizationally, in leadership, administration, clinical. There are going to be new ways of delivering services. You are on the front lines, new communities. So take those risks, use your vision, take your passion and your purpose, because once again, you have always been the special class of 2020. You will be unforgettable. You are in our hearts. We know all of us are here to support you. We're in your corner always. And you've taught me so much too, so thank you. And just to the families, if your families are there, to your families, to your pets that you held close to each other, I honor you and thank you too. Because you have gone through this degree just as much as the actual, your actual loved one getting the MSW. So bravo. Bravo to you, class of 2020. And I know the world's going to be really okay because you're the MSWs that are going to be doing this so well and know so much already. I've seen you doing it for years on end. So I ask you, if possible, one more time, can you all unmute yourself? You know, for those of you in my last class, I did this virtually. Please, everyone, unmute yourself now, please. Okay. We can have live interaction one last time. I want you to applaud yourselves, families applaud them, and applaud each other, loud and clear. All right.
You graduated too.
You did it. I wish you the best.
Thank you.
Holly, you guys are awesome. Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Marcy. That was fun.
All yours.
All mine. Uh-oh. That could be trouble. Yeah, so new diagnoses. So in the first seminar back after our little break, was checking in with folks, and one of your colleagues said, how are you doing? And the response was, this sucks. So I can see TSS, this sucks syndrome, coming out in the next DSM. And we'll be looking at how to assess, how to intervene, and what the prognosis is, I'm sure. If I don't say anything else to you, I haven't had all of you in classes. Many of you I've had, and for those of you I didn't, that's my loss. But I want you to know that I acknowledge that you were here in the school and that you mattered. You were here and that you mattered. To all of us in the faculty. So thank you for that. So with that, I'm going to go to the highly abridged version here because I don't think it's, I think that's what we're going to do. So what's the most purchased book for graduates at this time of year? Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go, yeah? And so this little known book that didn't get published that you're the recipients of is Sorry, But You Can't Go Anywhere. And from here, you're gonna go ahead and create your own path. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like for you, for our communities, and for the world as a whole. I think it's gonna be really cool. What do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention, right? And we'll figure this out. And how do we do it as social workers? We do it together. We do it much better together. I think it was Shakespeare that said, the world is your oyster, right? The idea being as we run into trials and tribulations, and this little thing gets in there, and what comes out of it? This beautiful pearl, right? So what's happened to you? We dumped the whole beach on you. So I'm looking for super pearls. I think that's what will come out of this. I've had enough of you that I've been able to interact with, that I know that you have levels of strength that far surpass mine. And I'm just taken back. I'm taken back at how you support each other also within the cohort. And that is one of our strengths in this profession, is we do it better together. We do it not only in the classes, but once we leave here. Somebody joked earlier, yeah, we want you to do great things because you may need to hire us someday. I always joke with my gerontology students, I want you to pay extra special attention because I'm getting closer and closer to needing your services. So please dial in, please dial in. Yeah, I think, I don't know if Dahlia is on here, so I'm gonna be careful, but I can see a new class coming out of all of this once we can get together again. Social distancing 101, how to straight line measure 6 feet. Matthew will pull you in for that. And by the way, Matthew is the only engineer I've ever known to get an MSW. And that's pretty darn impressive. That's pretty darn impressive. Tactics for intelligible communication while wearing a mask. Compare and contrast the fears of not being able to get into or out of a breakout room. That's one that will probably be involved there. What do you do when your Wi-Fi freezes and your face freezes in a way, in the most unattractive way you could ever come up with? How do you deal with that on an emotional level? How to make sure your mic is on before you start talking. Students were very gentle with me as I made that transition. Medicinal and behavioral interventions for Zoom fatigue. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. And how to walk professional political tightropes. How to walk professional and political tightropes. I think we'll bring Dr. Anthony Fauci in for that one. So with that, some words of wisdom. I can do that pretty quickly. And I do this for folks all the time. One of the things that's most important, that we're able to be referable. That people trust us enough to put us at the tables where the decisions are made, to have clients come to us, to get jobs. So there's 4 habits of referability that I'll share with you. Number 1, show up on time. And time is relative. Different cultures have a different view of time, yeah? Show up on time. You cannot respect someone if you don't respect their understanding of time. Number 2, do what you say. A promise is a cloud. Fulfillment is rain. 3, finish what you start. Commitment is an act, not a word. Know when to say yes and know when to say no. And last but not least, say please and thank you. Showing gratitude is a very easy and great way to let people know that you value them and that they are understood. I'm going to read a quick poem somebody gave to me a long time ago, and it's anonymous, so I have no clue who it is that wrote it. Called Always Be. Always be understanding to your enemies. Be loyal to your friends. Be strong enough to face the world each day. Be vulnerable enough to know you cannot do everything alone. Always be generous to those who need your help. Be frugal with that which you need yourself. Be wise enough to know that you don't know everything. And be smart enough to continue learning. Always be willing to share your joys. Be willing to share the sorrows of others. Be a leader when you see a path that others have missed. Be a follower when you are shrouded by the mists of uncertainty. Always be the first to congratulate an opponent who succeeds. Be last to criticize a colleague who fails. Be thoughtful where your next step will fall, so that you will not tumble. And be mindful of your final destination by setting your goals along the way. Above all, always be yourself. What I hope is that you remember what brought you into this field. that little kernel that grows in us that doesn't grow in everybody. You know, that somehow we can see that, boy, there's some stuff out there that could be different and might be better. And that we've taken on the task of saying, maybe I can be part of it being better. So I hope in your best days you remember that, in your most challenging days you remember that. The other is to remember the joy of when you got your letter that you were accepted into the MSW program, because this is now full circle. And I hope it's as joyful for you as you leave. My heartfelt congratulations to all of you for your journey, where you're going to be, and it's going to be really cool to see how you progress in your lives. And I'll leave you with this. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wise, and may you be kind. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Bradway. Should I go next, Julia? Okay. So I almost just feel like saying ditto for everything that's been said so far. I think Marcy talked about the grit that's so important. Tom talked about the mentors. Rich talked about the togetherness and using humor to get you through. All of these things I think are also important. And so I'll read to you what I wrote. And I definitely want to thank our admin just for letting me do this work. So thank you so much for having me be part of this. It means so much. It's so funny, weddings and graduations, right? Always so emotional. The 2 times I probably cry in the year, graduation and a wedding. So also I want to throw out there, you know, we keep talking about Zoom fatigue. I think there's going to be this Zoom satisfaction also. This is by far the coolest kind of termination exercise that I've ever been part of. So thanks GSWA for doing this. So I've really enjoyed being a witness to your learning and your professional growth, and I'm proud of you. I want you to know I was impressed by this class's leadership, understanding of human differences and cultures, and your focus on building community. I witnessed the community mindedness the most in those that started the grassroots candlelight vigils and those that attended. It was remarkable to see the focus and organization it took to get the vigils off the ground. And the same is true with earning your MSW. It took a lot of focus and organization from the get-go, right? Probably when you started filling out the application. I saw your community mindedness and togetherness in our seminars. You worked together, you practiced together, you learned from each other, and you supported each other. I saw your understanding of human differences and cultures in our site visits. Your field instructors were impressed with your work and how much you could do with all the diverse people in the communities. I saw your determination to see your MSW through. You handled a lot during your program, especially this semester, and you'll continue to manage what life throws at you. Today I'm reflecting on what it was like to be a new graduate, how excited I was. I remember feeling I could conquer the world. I hopped in my truck and headed back to Oregon right after graduation. Worked as a therapist. It was exhilarating, right? Having my own caseload, doing my own assessments and treatment plans was the best. I think it took me literally probably a year before I stopped having dreams that I was either forgetting an assignment or that I didn't show up to my internship or didn't show up to class. Don't lose that sense of excitement that you have for your work. We're privileged to work with the people when they're at their most vulnerable. So don't lose that kernel of why you got into social work that Bradway just mentioned, even in these challenging times. In thinking about what I wanted you to hear today and what I want you to know before you go out and start working as a professional social worker, for those of you that were in the ASP cohort, we use the Schaefer textbook. And one of the first chapters starts out making sure that students understand that social work will affect them. As my friends sometimes joke, social work is a lifestyle. It's not a career. It's It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect you financially. It's going to affect you personally. I believe all these aspects in your life are affected. And speaking of the financial one, I think we all go into social work to get rich, right? That's why we get in. Well, let me tell you, I do feel that you're all going to be millionaires. Maybe not in the traditional sense. Maybe some of you will be. But I do want you to know this work gives you riches more powerful than money. Your work allows you to understand people and have a deep compassion for them. You'll continue to develop a depthness in your soul and an understanding the human experience that few are brave enough to tap into and to try to even understand. You've all grown in your social work skills at SDSU, but you've grown personally and spiritually as well. And I want you to know that you don't know where your career is going to lead you. Never did I think 20 years after I graduated with my MSW from SDSU, I'd be part of the faculty here. But also never did I think I would have worked in a school district for over 30% of my life. Really crazy when you start doing the math. So many experiences, I wouldn't change any of them. Be open to where your career takes you. And like Siegel mentioned, take those risks. Your first job's a stepping stone. Take everything you can from it, learn from your mistakes and learn from your clients. Help your clients set goals and support them in reaching them. And just like Packard shared, learn from your mentors. Find a good clinical supervisor. Rely on them for their experiences. You can learn a lot and it'll help you last in the field. You've reached a major goal you set for yourself. You selected SDSU to get your MSW. You're brilliant for making that choice. The program focused on preparing you to work with and on behalf of diverse and vulnerable populations in Southern California border region and beyond. You'll continue to enhance human and community well-being and to eliminate social disparities. That one's for you, Brett, restorative justice warrior. I'm going to end with an Obama quote from a commencement speech that he gave for historically Black colleges and universities. If the world's going to get better, it's going to be up to you. With everything suddenly feeling like it's up for grabs, this is your time to seize the initiative. No one can tell you anymore that you should be waiting your turn. Nobody can tell you anymore this is how it's always been. More than ever, this is your moment, your generation's world to shape. Go Aztecs and go celebrate.
Thank you so much, all of you. Like, that was very heartfelt, and I really appreciate all of you taking the time to speak to us. We did realize that we skipped one award, so I am going to share my screen really quick for this last one.
Okay, for the award for most social student of the year goes to Monica Moon. Congratulations, Monica. And my apologies, I got the pictures like really late and was putting them in the slides and missed this one somehow, but congratulations, Monica. You have more that you'd like to say about Monica, ladies?
I can go ahead and talk about Monica a little bit. Monica, you, like, the joy and the excitement that you bring to just like planning events with your karaoke stuff at the end of each year and just like making everything so fun is really incredible. And you just bring so much energy to everything that you do, and you've stepped up into our social events coordinator this year so well. And I know that we'd had the opportunity to have had more in-person events there, like they would have been amazing, and I can't wait to kind of have all those fun in-person times with you when we're allowed to do that and you're back in the United States.
Monica, I since I met you, I really admire how you own your your weaknesses and you make them your strengths, and you just bring so much light, like Julia was saying, to everybody. And congratulations, girl.
This is a strange analogy, but Monica, you're like a cotton candy flavored fireball. You come like flying out from left screen, and all of a sudden everything is delightful and better.
Yeah, I got to work with Monica our first full year internship, and you are just so creative and you have so much grit to you, and you're so passionate about helping people. And I'm just so grateful I got to work with you and see you in that way and just become friends. And you're amazing.
Woo.
Monica, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I'll keep it short. Hey guys, thank you so much. This is leaps and bounds different from like high school when I would not be voted the most social. Now I'm like voted the most social. So thank you very much, guys. Just want to tell you that this cohort has been like in college. I didn't like really like get into any clubs. High school I wasn't into any like anything either, but like this is so different. This experience, this cohort, everybody in this cohort has been so close and so like just like this really tight community. So it's like it was so fun to be social and so easy to be social because I actually wanted to hang out with you guys. It wasn't forced. I want to do it because you guys are so fun and you guys are so amazing. So honestly, like I don't deserve this because you guys make it awesome every time. So thank you so much. I miss you guys. When I get back to Germany, we are totally going out. We're going to karaoke like it's going to be hardcore.
Awesome. Congratulations, everyone. You know, I'm just really grateful to get to share this time with you. I was just texting Ashley and Julia to see if you all have a theme song that you want me to play, but I wanted to share something with you about place. So Kumeyaay folks that I work with talk about prior to colonization, Kumeyaay didn't talk about time. Time was not a thing. Everything was about place, where things happened, not when things happened. And then when Christianity came in, it all became about time. We even reset time, you know, BC and AD. And I thought as he was speaking that everything that makes us sick is about time, either regretting the past or worrying about the future and never getting to be present in the moment we're in the place that we're in. So I want you to think about this place that we're in right now, rather than this time that we're in. Every one of your bodies is in a place where you've stayed and you've sustained yourselves and you've submitted your papers and your finals and you've completed your master's degree in this unique place that, you know, will never exist again. Like one day you will sit with your grandchildren on your knee or your you know, your neighbor's grandchildren if you don't have grandchildren, and you'll talk about where this happened and how this happened and how you were resilient and how you walked through this and got your master's and then went into a field to help people who are part of this unique place that we're all in. And we're all figuring out, you know, I've been thinking a lot about Martin Seligman and learned helplessness and his dogs in the experiment that I talk a lot about. And when that gate opens, will I walk out of the cage? You know, will I be so used to being here in this? And how do we walk back in the world? And you will walk into this world as social workers, carrying the words of all of your professors, carrying the hearts of each other into your futures. And you'll speak of this place when you're 90 years old, and you'll see how the world has changed, and you'll see how the planet has changed because of this place that we're in. So I am honored to share in your journeys. I'm so proud of every one of you, and I'm so grateful to get to really messily MC these events for you. And because we are not in a place where you would all be crossing a stage right now and having your hoods placed on you. I just want, again, with the power not vested in me, to hood you all at this moment in the best way that I can. This is your time when this would happen and your place. And I'm so very proud of all of you, and I'm so grateful to have shared in any fraction of your journeys through this time. So thank you so much. I've hooded my laptop in your honor. So thank you. And now we need to celebrate. Somebody call out a song so I can get some music going. Was that it? Ashley, Julia, did you have more things that you wanted to share?
Yes, real quick, I just wanted to say a few words. It's wonderful. I'm not graduating this year, but it's wonderful to partake in this. As a 3-year student, I started out with many of you in my first year. And so it's wonderful to see all your faces, to see everybody who's joined in our GSWA events and really made the organization what it is. And I wanted to say also that this organization is not 1 or 2 people. There's a whole board of people that do it. And for those graduating today, our board, I just wanted to say their names and let you guys hear who's contributed. So I'm going to read through our graduating board real quick. So we have Julia, our co-president. We have Sarah, our vice president, co-vice president. We have Kim, our mentorship coordinator. We have Cecilia, our social media coordinator. Monica, our events coordinator. Kristen and Anna, curriculum committee. And Janie, diversity committee. And all of us, Tiffany, and I would love to congratulate you in your graduation.
Woo! Wow, those are some big shoes to fill. Our incoming cohort's gonna have a lot of work to do. Wow. Thank you, Ashley. Okay, anyone else have last words you'd like to share?
If I may.
Yes.
So I want to apologize. Well, I want to start off by apologizing because yesterday I actually watched the ceremony via Facebook, and I felt like such a dope afterwards. But I was there. I truly was there. I didn't want to miss the moment because you guys really are the best cohort ever, and I'm so excited and so proud of you all. So congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ciro.
I'm so sad. Sorry, Dr. Ciro, that was confusing with all the links. Oh my gosh, I missed you. So glad you're able to come today.
I just want to say something. So everyone can call me by my first name. You're no longer students, you're my colleagues, okay?
Okay, this isn't much of a dance party song, but this is what you are, social workers. And I always think of the song whenever I think of social workers. I did change this yesterday, so this is the other one. Ripple in still water. That's what you do.
With no words to know, take the hold of sunshine, and my tunes were played on the hall of the sky. Would you hear my voice come through the music? Would you hold it near as you put your arms? It's a hand me down. The hearts are
Whoops. Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
perhaps better left unsung. I don't know. Don't really care. Let there be songs to fill the air. Red in still water. wind to blow, reach out your hand. If your cup be empty, if your cup is full, may it be again, let it be known. There is a fountain that was not made by the hands of men. There is a road, no simple highway between the dawn and the dark of night. And if you go, no one may follow. That path is for your steps alone. When there is no further talks, no wind to blow, you choose to leave must follow. But if you fall alone. If you should stand, then who's to guide you? If I knew the way, I could take you home. La da da da, la da da da, la da
Hey, Dr. Packard has his guitar out.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, he should be doing this. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Anyone have any requests for a dance song? I was gonna play Uptown Funk, but that might be inappropriate. That's usually my go-to. Oh, Silvana likes it. Okay, wait. Okay, go. No?
Should we get out of our seats and actually move around?
Oh, that's the wrong one. Where is it at? I'm not as well set up as I was yesterday. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna get it up.
Living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself. I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. My name, you know who I am. I'm too hot.
And y'all can talk. You don't have to just listen to the songs. This is the party.
Girl, sent you hallelujah. Girl, sent you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me, just watch.
Thank you, Professor Siegel, for teaching us not to get caught up in the minutia.
Put some nigga in it.
Go, Paul.
Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. Damn about that money, break it down. Girl, say hallelujah. set you hallelujah. Girl, set you hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, hey, hey,
I feel like this cohort can come up with a subcommittee. Alumni subcommittee.
Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. If you freaked and own it. So everybody come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it.
I walked into Siegel's class playing this on my phone in my MSW program. Do you remember that? Right before a midterm or a final.
Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Don't believe me, just watch.
Long one. Go. Okay. Yeah, I walked into Siegel's classroom. Everyone was reading their study guides. I had this in my hand. I'd like to have a theme song in my head for exams, and I did it in Min's 610 class. I heard it on the way to campus, and I walked into Siegel's class, and I was playing it. I'm like, if you don't know it by now, you're not gonna know it. Just get up and dance.
Remember it well, Tamara.
They all just sat there like I was insane reading their study guide. I don't think
remember that too.
Yes. Oh, yay. All right. There you go. Take your mute off. You guys want to keep having your party. We're here. We can just hang out, whatever you all want to do. Thank you so much. I'm done.
Hey.
I'm done with the Zoom.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Can't wait
Good
till
luck,
we can all have
everyone.
in-person parties in December.
You got this.
Yeah, see you in December.
Woo! What was that? Somebody have a singing bowl?
Bye.